Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to this, the first game in a double-header. Seamer Snakes versus the Striker Mustangs here at Striker Indoor Sport. Good afternoon, Mark Hulley.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Off to a start there. We've got Georgia Platten opening the bowling for the Stangs.
And at the crease for the Snakes, we have the skipper, Sandra Devine, at the non-strikers end. And with her returning in 2019 is Anita Weir, last season missed with injury. Big loss for the Snakes. She's a good solid batter, good opening, and we'll be looking for a few runs here to get the Snakes off to a start.
Yeah, nice run out there.
There's a direct hit there from the two-line. Lovely turn and throw there, and Anita caught well short of a ground on that occasion. So who was that?
Great pick up by Tyler. Yeah, Tyler Jones on the two-line. So just going through through striker Leeming's side, we've got the captain Gemma Cassidy, got Karen Cooper, Georgia Platten, who's on the crease bowling, Meg Thompson, Tyler Jones, who just got that run out, Mel Bounds.
Lovely front foot drive there, but cut off on the two-line by Mel Bounds.
Then we've got Karen Matthews and Yvonne Guglielmana, a couple of veterans of the WA indoor cricket scene.
Those veterans are just bookending the bowling pitch at the moment, one keeping and one at the top stumps. Gee, Yvonne's been around a little while, hasn't she, Mark?
She has played nationals with Googs back in late 80s, early 90s, I think. Very different game.
Wonderful to see the mix of youth and experience out there. Both sides actually boasting a little bit of that. Anita and Skip there, probably in their mid to late 30s, and we've got a 16-year-old young Rachel Prout in the team. And to take through the rest of the Snakes lineup, as you'll see them hit the crease a bit later on this afternoon, we've got Nat Senkeldam, one of our open ladies players. Rachel Prout, as I mentioned, young girl, only 16, but what a wonderful talent she is. Shannon Alderdice, Catherine Binstead, Emily Waterhouse and Zoe Brickcliffe rounding out the 8 for the Snakes today. A good, strong lineup. Certainly good improvement on the last couple of years. These girls are a little bit more experienced now and not off to the great start here that they were looking for. Just -2 off the first over there.
Yeah, that early run out, and now we've got Tyler, who got the run out, on to bowl.
That one there just swinging a little bit too far, resulting in a wide.
Nice shape to start with, but just started a bit too wide of off stump, didn't it?
That's what you get when you use a early ball in these games. There's that lovely outswing again, this one well inside on this occasion. The umpire, Pete Sanders there, just giving that one the OK signal. She comes again. Same ball, same result.
Great bowling that. That's third ball opportunity now for Mel. I bet she gets for Tyler. Sorry, gets a lot of third balls with this big outswing.
Anita's going to have to adjust. She did. Popped it up in the net there for I think a 2. Not what you call a textbook indoor cricket shot, but all's well that ends well. A score back into the positive territory that they were looking for.
That was the down up without the down.
It came down, just went up first. And there is another down up that has not been taken.
Coops has run past that.
We'll just knock that one down to nerves, shall we?
Just misjudged it out of the corner. I think sometimes they duck out to the point fielder, but that didn't.
And there's
another
third
chance.
time lucky, and there it is. Yeah, just playing uppishly on that one, Anita. Probably a little bit beaten for pace, you'd say.
Absolutely. Tyler's having an impact already. Run out and caught and bowled.
And that's the end of the second over there. Score not progressing an awful lot after that one. 1 wicket, 0 runs there from Tyler Jones, so a good over from the youngster. The Snakes are going to have to consolidate here. They can't afford to lose any more wickets for this pair if they want to have something to build on. Gemma Cassidy now, one of the team's youngsters coming on to bowl. Andrew Vine just taking a minute there to compose herself. Looking fantastic in these retro uniforms, courtesy of ISC. What do you think, Hully?
Love the retro uniform. I just said to Ty Hopes a minute ago that there's a bit of NBA in those kits. Massive NBA fan, as most of the Seamers boys are.
Did you honestly pick that, or did he drop the hint?
No, I said that's what it looks like. You've gone for that bit of the NBA, and he said something about Pelicans, was it? Or
it was. It's been modelled on the Pelicans design.
There you go.
And a very good job of doing so. The fielding there by Mel Bounds, was it?
You'd think he'd have learnt to dress himself, wouldn't you? With all the
No. Well, you know the boys very well. You're coach of the State 35 side, of which
That's
Ty
well
is
bowled.
player manager. Surely by now you'd understand that if they can't do it at this age, they're never going to learn.
They're never going to learn. No. Got a couple of the State 35s playing Masters tonight, and a couple playing
Indeed.
nickel.
Oh, and there's
Another good bit of work by Tyler.
Nikanita's thought that one was through to the back net, but see, that's a lot of Tyler to get past. I tell you, she's not a small girl, is she?
Long arms and legs.
What do you reckon? 6 foot?
Yeah, close. Yeah.
And that one's passed, and Skip's going to just jog down the other end there for a nice easy 2, and the score once again back into the positives.
The Leeming girls really been up for this though, haven't they, from the start?
They have.
Taking their chances.
Certainly a well-oiled unit they've been.
There you go.
That's bowled off the legs, Anita.
Big late in swinger by Gemma, and as you say, off the legs onto the stumps.
Funny game, cricket. Anything can happen, and we hope these two can just get through the next over and a half, and 3 batting pairs to come. Looking for a score around the probably 75 to 80 would be good from this position. Something, a little something to bowl at, but Mustangs been a successful team over a number of years. I think runner-up last year from memory, and premiers the year before. So they represented the West Australian zone in the first round of the NICL final series, which is held in Melbourne. Did very well for the first half of that tournament before just falling out of I think the first round of finals. They would have been knocked out. A lot of cricket to play in the weekend, the NICL final series. The girls up to the task as Anita goes for it and gets it all the way to the back net for 5. That's a lovely shot. Just lifted that over Tyler Jones's head, which is no mean feat given the height of the girl. Really
positive batting. That's good. It's a way to fight back from being in the negative.
That one pitched right up in the block hole. Skip on top of that one. Good timing into the side net for a nice safe 2. Ball is moving around a little bit, and these burly balls do like to dance around, especially in the first few overs of a pair. That one nicely stopped at the line there by, that's George Platten, isn't it?
Yep.
On the line. Good bit of work there from the youngster. And it's in again.
Oh, bowler's in.
Oh, confusion. And not taken by Yvonne at the other end. And you said Carol, the sister. So Yvonne there, so they get away with one, the Snakes. Pitching a single, score moves on to 7 with 1 ball to go.
Another chance.
And that's been taken. So, not the way to finish a pair there with a wicket, unfortunately. Andrew Devine trying to capitalise on just a shorter than ideal length ball there from Mel Bounds. Unfortunately, put it into the top net for a catch, and the pair very much in favour of the Mustangs here. 2 runs from that first skin, and coming into bat now we have debutant Emily Waterhouse, and it looks like she'll be joined by Zoe Brickcliffe. Zoe, of course, one of Australia's up-and-coming outdoor stars, ranked in the top 5 for Australian female bowlers under the age of 21. It's no mean feat. We'll get to see her bowl a little bit later, yes.
Look forward to seeing that.
She was brought up from Port Hedland on a scholarship from the WACA. Currently so was a student of the Cricket Academy over here in WA. Currently doing year 12 at the moment, so juggling studies and cricket. Can hit a ball, mate, can hit a ball.
Be interesting to see. What do you think? Who gets affected more by nerves? The fact that tonight's the nickel game, and there's a fielding side, or the first pair of batters generally suffer more from that. Do you think?
The commentators are choice in this one. I think. Look, there's no question that some of my girls will be very nervous. For a combination of the fact that there is a camera there, and hopefully they've forgotten about the camera.
Yeah.
By this point, but also, because it's a fairly high-profile game. Some of them, as I mentioned, are playing their first or second game at this level.
Yeah.
Can't escape those nerves. I mean, these Mustang girls, they might have felt a few butterflies to start with, but after that first pair, I'd say they'd be well and truly in their stride.
Yeah. Coop's just finding the radar with that innie. First one was a bit wide, but the next 2 balls right on the money.
Is that a boot on the ball there, stopping the contact with the side net? Just the one scored there. So
just one, yeah.
once again, Tyler Jones with a handy bit of footwork. Ooh. Bit of bat and bit of leg on that one from Emily Waterhouse. Just a very tentative shot there. Probably those nerves you were talking about, Hully.
Yeah. I think it's only natural, isn't it, that you feel a bit nervous in front of this huge crowd here, mate.
Oh, wow.
Great flick. Georgie Matthews in there at the corner. Like $1 for every run out she's ever had from in at point.
We had to see from this angle. We might be able to get a replay of that one up on the screen here for everyone at home. I suspect she might not have even been looking. Just gave her that instinctive flick to the side.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion with the batters as well, because obviously outside edge into the corner.
Yeah, never sure if there's 100% sure if there's a run there.
No.
On this occasion, not to be, and another wicket.
Yeah, nice bit of fielding by Jem.
Yep. Good work at the back there. Zoe, a licence to hit. Unfortunately, just finding ones at the moment, but they need all the ones they can get.
It's a great part of the game, isn't it? That that shot there, it's literally a fingernail away from spilling off into the corner and going for 5, and they get nothing for it because they chose not to run because of the risk. So, yeah, the great coverage though from Gemma. George Matthews on the bowl, fresh from that run out in at point.
Good to see the women's game in a healthy state. Just over SEMA Sports on Friday, we started our junior cricket program with 27 teams, and amongst those 27 teams were about 30 odd girls. Now we're talking under 15s, under 13s, under 11s, and we see a catch there.
Mel Bounds in at cover, I think.
Another edge there from Zoe. The ball
really,
just really bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, just popped a little bit from George there, maybe at the back of the hand. That's awesome numbers though for your juniors. That's a great number of teams to have in the comp, and really good rep from the girls. 30 girls, did you say?
30 odd girls, and that's just the local Friday afternoon cricket. So
the wide one from George.
The direction from Cricket Australia is starting to pay dividends. Their Woolworths Cricket Blast program is really attracting a lot of young girls to the sport, and this will all transfer up into these higher levels of the game here. It's pitch ball. That's gone all the way to the back net.
There's that example, the one that gets through the hands. They take the run because they've got to take the risk to get the 4 off the net. And they get the 5 altogether. Nice shot too, as you said. There's an outdoor cricket shot, wasn't it?
It was, and George rather unhappy with herself there for missing the first attempt at the field.
Yeah.
Possibly have deflected. That was a lovely little shot there
nice
from
shot.
Emily. She has to run through here, and
good old-fashioned flick by Googs, but just not quite on the line.
Just a few inches short of the tape there. Would have scored the bonus run. Runs in short supply at the moment for the Snakes. They're on just 5, and there's a very wide delivery from Karen, I should say. 2 Karens in this side. Be careful not to get them confused.
Yeah, Coops is the keeper. Great bit of fielding. And really, good running too.
Direct hit might have had it, but safe on this occasion. Zoe, no slash between the wickets there. So a positive over this. 8 runs from it. They'll take it.
Up to 3 now. No? 9.
9. 9. So stranger things have happened. The last game, going back to the Friday cricket we were talking about earlier, 2 under 15 sides. The first one scoring 34 runs and came out with their heads down, wondering how on earth they were going to compete. Probably get blown off the court. They end up winning by 5, defending 34 runs.
Love it. That's old school indoor cricket.
That's old school indoor cricket. Something that brings back memories, I think, of the 2012 Australia versus New Zealand grand final, where the Aussies hit a very similar score, mid-30s, and managed to defend it. So very much a fielder's paradise, those kind of results. But we've got Meg Thompson on here to bowl now. Oh, and another great flick there from Mel Bounds.
Yeah, she's fielding really well in the covers there. Again, a bit of confusion with the running, I think, Steve.
Technical glitch preventing the replay of that fine piece of work there in the field. I thank our broadcast partner, Sportscast, this fantastic coverage. Multiple camera angles available tonight. coming in again. That one's just gone leg side.
Leg side, but it's a nice little action, nice offies. Yeah, I think if hopefully I'm on the money here. I think Meg's dad's the coach of Melville Outdoor Cricket Club in the WACA competition.
I think you're right there, Holly.
Yeah, Tomo was at the, Brad Thompson that is, was at the dinner last week. There's a chance.
Just pops down safely in front of Mel Bounds. I think that afterthought we all have when you see a ball drop in front of you and you think, I should have dived.
Just landed in the exclusion zone, didn't it? And she couldn't quite get in there. So Meg's playing in one of the junior ladies' sides, isn't she, that's touring this year?
You're talking about...
Meg that's bowling, Meg Thompson? I think she is.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
She's in the... might be in the open ladies' side, actually.
In the opens, okay.
Oh, and it's been put down. Oh,
it's one of those.
Either
sticks or it doesn't it? That sort of... Not a thick edge, just a little feather through to Coops, but yeah, they either stick in the gloves or they don't.
It was there for a good half second.
She's got those confusing yellow gloves as well. It looked like it was okay. The arm ball.
It's another leg side, well left by Emily. Take the freebies, as they say. Every couple of runs counts.
Absolutely.
I wonder what is the official ruling in the.
How long you have to hold a catch?
How long you have to hold a ball? Is it all about the control?
It's about the control. I think the umpire has to have a sense for the game and make that decision himself. It is a tough one because, you go back to the Herschel Gibbs situation at the World Cup, celebrating too early and throwing it away before he'd really controlled it. But there is it's not like they say you've got to hold it for, 3 seconds or one cat dog, two cat dog.
And there's that swing again.
Yeah, and it's good captaincy, bringing Tyler on while the ball's still new and hard. Get her 2 overs in while it's swinging.
Burley, of course, the official ball supplier of the National Indoor Cricket League, have been for 3 years now, and that's a lovely down-up shot.
That's the best shot of the day so far.
Down up for 3, the hardest shot to play in indoor cricket. Well, possibly the only shot harder is to do it on the leg side. But sorry, Brickliff there, putting that outswing away nicely, and Emily's just going to take another 2 free runs there.
And those, for the people that haven't played a hell of a lot that are listening or watching, those wides in the last over of a pair are quite costly because you've got to bowl the ball again.
Indeed. Emily just letting that one go too as well. Probably close to a wide, called good by the umpire, so a better delivery there from Tyler. 3 balls still remaining in the over. Chance to get the score up past 20, which the Snakes would dearly love. And that's just gone
good back flick, but just a bit offline by Googs again.
When that opportunity goes missing, Emily will take the single though. 2 balls remaining. I suspect Zoe might have a crack here. And she does indeed. The take for 2, and shot there from Georgia Platten, just wide of the stumps.
It's a great bit of cricket all round. It was a good ball, pitched up, swinging away. Really nice shot into the leg side net, and then nearly the ping by Georgia.
Called 2 by the umpire there. So final ball. Emily just puts that down and up. Nothing wrong with that. Nice safe single to finish, and a partnership of 18. So reasonable response there from the second pair.
Yeah, really good fight back. Because after 2 overs of that pair, they were sort of struggling a little, but they've done well. They've consolidated now, as you say. They can, with 2 good partnerships, they can launch into a target of 70 to 80 and still set Leeming something to chase.
And we've got a couple of young guns here, as I like to call them. Catherine Binstead, who is one of the few girls in our team that actually plays in the men's leagues and fancies herself and has hit more than one fella on Thursday night competition for 7. Let me give you the tip.
Good to hear.
Shannon Alderdice too, one of our young stars from last year. Very good all-round player, very good pair of hands at the back of the net. She can also hit a ball. But the girls got to be careful not to think that every ball has to go to the back net, of course. They're just going to cause, do more harm than good here.
Sure.
So. A little bit of commotion on the court next door as we've seen a player, looks like he's been knocked out cold there. Non-striker wore that one in the face by the look of it. As the attention turns back to the ladies' game here.
And we've got Yvonne starting the bowling to the 3rd pair. Oh, good start.
Wow.
leg bail, just above the leg bail. Can't really get it in a better spot than that.
No, Catherine playing just over the top of that one. Probably should look for the paddle around the corner there. Just take the easy one. There's a ball can be hit. There we go. Tops it over the fielder's head for a nice easy 2. That is your textbook indoor cricket shot. Just over the head of Meg Thompson there. And off to a good start, Kat Binstead.
One of the safest shots in the book, isn't it?
It is, and
oh,
wow.
How did that miss off stump? Almost swung too far.
Wow.
Oh, top edge.
And a tap by, Karen there. Karen to Karen, missed the tap.
The Coops, the keeper, was sort of chasing the ball, which had flown off side net across to the other side of the court, so she was nowhere near the stumps. And Karen Matthews nearly tapped it on, but not quite.
That ball came down almost as hard as it went up, didn't it?
It did.
Instead there, just looking for a offside chop for 2. Missed the ball again, just played over the top of it. Last ball here, they're looking for another 2.
Oh, there's a chance.
Spooned that up, and it's been somehow landed safely.
Yeah, Georgia just not quite getting to it.
The thing when your fielders are all so close to each other, very easy to think, oh,
someone
that's
else.
yours, that's someone else's catch. But in this form of the game, you can't really, you don't have time, you don't have the luxury of just assuming someone else is always going to get it. It's yours or it's yours.
Yeah,
as they say.
Yes, and yours is not a call. Mine is a call, but yours is not. Yeah, that was kind of just in the hole, but I guess, and you try to coach people to be pushing into that front court, you know, and taking that little bit of space.
Technically speaking, that was Meg's ball to catch. It had gone past Mel bound. She probably would have been a harder job for Mel to catch than it would for Meg.
Yeah.
Mel, Meg, Karen.
Very hard, very hard.
Speaking of Karen, here she is, Karen Matthews, the keeper on the bowl now.
No, this is Coops, Karen Cooper.
Oh, sorry. Karen. Pop that into the 2-netter.
No, I think it hit the other batsman, did it? Or either hit the other batter or it hit the fielder. Not sure.
View was partially blocked there, but they'll take the run. That ball just swinging in late. Good to see. There is another one, and carved in nicely into the side net there by Yati. Yati, as we call her, Shannon Alderdice. Alderdice.
So it looks like Dave McKay is the collateral damage on the court next door. He's the one that wore one. And, yeah, he's going to make his way off the court and someone else is going to bat.
It is.
Another big innie from Coops. Right on the money, that ball.
You've got glue on her feet, Binstead. She needs to get herself in a better position and don't just assume every ball that Matthews is bowling is going to be in the slot. And again, just stuck on the crease there, playing over the top of it. And the batters found themselves in a third ball situation. And for those watching at home, perhaps for the first time, you must score off every 3 balls in indoor cricket or you will be given automatically out. And there is a lovely chop shot for 2 from Catherine Binstead to get ourselves out of trouble.
Probably just needed to be a bit fuller there by Coops. The first 2 balls that beat the bat were quite full, and that was just a fraction short. Oh, that would have been a leg side, but she's decided to hit it. So, of course, you get 2 runs for a leg side, but once you hit it, you don't get those 2, and she's turned a 2 into a 1 effectively there.
We're not anticipating that movement down leg side. I think Shannon thought I better hit this while I can. So you take every run. The score has moved along to 32, so slowly but surely they're getting the score up there. 2 overs to go now. And we're going to see Yvonne bowl again.
Yeah, that's
interesting move.
2 in 3.
Not a tactic entirely unfamiliar to some of the teams here in the NICL, men's teams in particular. You will be watching hopefully a little bit later on this afternoon the Seamer Snakes men's side taking on the Mustang men's, and that tactic employed week to week from the Seamer Snakes, bowling certain bowlers in certain parts of the innings. Here comes Yvonne, and well played by Yati there.
Yeah,
just
really good shot.
Popping that one down into the carpet.
Yeah, you're right. You often see, someone gets on top of a batting pair in an early over, like the first or second over of the partnership, and the captain will give them another go. Here's a run-out chance. Tyler just with the radar off a little bit. Melville Leeming, sorry, have just gone a little bit quiet, haven't they, in the field?
I was about to say that. A little bit of fizz has gone out of the game.
Yeah.
Which is allowing the Snakes to just turn the strike over. Every last few balls here, they've managed to get a scoring shot.
Yep, batting nicely, the girls.
It's amazing how quickly the score can build when you just rotate the strike. That's going to be leg side. Well taken by Matthews behind the stumps.
Cooper.
No chance of I've done it again. I've done it. I'm just going to say Karen from now on. Oh, wow. Look at that shot from Catherine Binstead.
Really good shot. Yeah,
Who
Coops.
does that remind you of, Holly?
Nick DeGrees, I think would be the closest person.
Exact person I was thinking of. Master of the leg side chop. And a wonderful shot to see one of our ladies play. That's a stumping opportunity given not out.
Yeah, you can tell that people are watching other people play when they start playing cricket shots like that. You know, that's not a natural thing to do, to play that cricket shot, but that's a learnt skill. And yeah, you watch the nickel game, as you say, that's on immediately after this, and there'll be high level of skill involved in that. And even at your centre this morning, we watched the kids play against the Taverners, and the kids were playing some incredible indoor cricket. It was really good to watch.
Probably one of the most satisfying things about being involved in the sport. As nice as it is to see the A-grade boys turn it on and be entertaining, what is truly satisfying is seeing these young kids, young girls, the Lord Taverner kids, as you mentioned too, develop and grow into very talented cricketers. And
there's a 7.
Shot that's gone to the back net. We mentioned it earlier in the partnership. Catherine Binstead doesn't want to hold back any further, and 7 runs scored, the first of the innings.
That's a beautiful cricket shot. An on drive, again, one of the hardest shots to play.
And 3 there from Yati, attempting the same shot, just caught out by the length of the ball on that occasion, but adjusted nicely at the end to put it in a safe part of the net. So the score rocketing along now to 51.
Going for the quicker one, another run-out chance.
Just wide on the throw there.
Still quite good batting there. You know, it's a reasonably safe shot. You've got to have a direct hit to run you out. So
you do, and
consolidated the 7, didn't she?
She has. And there's a saying in indoor cricket now: never run on a straight one. But if you can actually down up a straight ball, you've got enough time for that thing to come down to, make your ground. On that occasion, it was a bit touch and go as to whether she would have made it had the ball hit, but. All's well that ends well. 3 balls remaining and Meg's over, and that one's off.
Would have been a no ball, but she got a bottom edge on it, I think. So it was going to bounce off the pitch if she let it go, but...
if you can see the umpire on that occasion, I think he's just out of view. The hand was already there to call it, and he probably surprised it.
He nearly stepped off the platform.
Just tucks that one around the corner there. Good single there, because it puts Binstead back on strike for the final ball, and I'll tell you now, Hully, she won't hold back. If the ball's in the zone, she will put it to the back net. So all the pressure here on Meg Thompson to deliver a good final ball. Here we go. It's full.
Really brave bowling.
It was.
Yeah, didn't dart it in like the previous one. She threw it up there, and a ripper catch actually by Mel. She just plucked that like the Venus flytrap.
It was a bit nonchalant, but she'll take it. Just stuck the old glove out there, and there we go. So not the finish they were looking for, but the Snakes will take that. That's a great effort from these two.
Really good pair. Great pair.
Just relive the 7, well, in memory at least 2. Wonderful shot there from Catherine Binstead, and just what the Snakes needed. So coming in to close the innings out, we have Nat Senkeldam and young gun Rachel Prout in her second game of Super League, or NICL I should say, to close out the innings, and these two will be looking for a repeat of that third pair, a good 25 to 30 runs, give them something to bowl at.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that was really well batted. They, low risk, played a couple of shots when the ball was fuller. 28-run partnership, it really, as you say, another 28, 76 gives you really something to bowl at.
So Georgia Platten here to start the 13th over.
Her first bowl since the first over of the game. Nice outswinger with the outside edge, but not quite carrying to the corner fielder.
Soft hands there from Nat. She could have easily played through that one and would have popped up for a nice easy catch for
It was
Karen.
almost a guide. Yeah, one of the Karens. Yeah, it was almost a guide, wasn't it, into the corner?
It was.
It's well bowled. And really good gloves by Coops. She's been doing this for many a year and a great keeper.
Quicker ball there from Georgia.
Real slingy action, isn't it?
And there's that down up straight in front of you shot that I mentioned just a few balls ago.
For someone who hasn't had much exposure, that was a really authentic, proper indoor cricket shot, wasn't it?
She can play some proper indoor shots. So
yeah.
Can't be wrong here. And that will be
out. Great bit of fielding again.
So third time lucky there
yeah.
for Tyler Jones. She missed the last couple of attempts. Had a lot of time on that occasion to throw the stumps down and made no mistake. So
the ball was hit so well that she then had ages to line them up, didn't she?
Yeah, one of the frustrating things, if you want to pick anything that's frustrating about this game, is the fact that you can get out to a really good shot. You can get out to a poor piece of bowling, but the upside is you don't have to leave the field when you get out. You can keep going.
That's right.
I suppose that's why kids love the game so much these days. Everyone gets to bat, everyone gets to bowl, everyone gets to have a go. And win, lose or draw, they all have fun, and that is the main point of the game. Yeah,
it's the beauty of the sport, isn't it? Everybody gets as much participation as the next guy, as opposed to some authentic old school sports. Another good shot there.
Yeah, a bit of width from the bowler, and Nat Senkledam deciding to open the shoulders a little bit. Just punched that one hard into the side net, hoping for probably the back there, but cut off and 2 runs results. So
never in danger though, was she?
No, she was fine on that occasion. So if you're watching this and listening at home, maybe thinking about getting involved in indoor cricket, just head to playcricket.com.au to find your nearest centre, and there are plenty available across the country, including here in Western Australia, where you can play this great game. Or just Google indoor cricket and see what comes up. I'm sure you'll find some fantastic footage, among other things. As you see, Nat Senkledam once again just punched the ball past Mel Bounds.
Oh, looking to sneak a second run, but it wasn't there.
So
Karen Matthews.
Great deal in the ladies' games.
No, we saw a couple of those in our trial match this morning, and very rare.
Of course, the ball never dead in indoor cricket. Providing the fielders aren't paying attention, you can run as often as you like.
That's it. Oh, it's a really good bit of fielding.
Great pick up there from Meg Thompson there. Pratt with the right kind of shot on that occasion just needed another oomph of power on that one to get it over the outstretched arm. Would have been a nice safe 2, but a nice safe 1 results.
Yeah,
Score
great.
Moves along to 4.
Great hands by Meg. It was good cricket again. It was nothing wrong with the shot at all.
Senkledam just missing out on that one. Bit of a gift there, just.
So what have we got, Steve? We've got 2 and a bit overs to go. Run a ball, gets 65. They want a bit more than that, wouldn't they?
Oh, I think the girls would be disappointed if they can't get the score up to 70 here.
There's
they just
2.
Need to turn the 2s, and that would have been out, I suspect, if Tyler hit.
Absolutely.
I won't say she's due because she hit the last one.
Probably of all there and cover is where the ball's tended to go the most, isn't it, tonight?
You can see they've almost set it up. They've got that gap there between leg side and 2 line.
Oh, George missing from point blank range. She'll laugh when she looks at this again. They're laughing. Yeah, the girls are having a chuckle. That's good.
Question whether they're laughing with her or no, they're laughing with her. That's fine. So Prouty there, just knocking that one down hard into the carpet again, just buying herself that extra half second to get the other end. But the Snakes are lucky, I guess you'd say, for the last 2 balls there to get away with a couple of runs and no wicket, as Gemma Cassidy now comes on to bowl her second over. 2 overs to go, 55 the score. Snakes looking for another 15, 16 odd runs. Slight change in the field there as Karen heads back down to point. Georgia Platten to the 2 line. That one's over pitch, but glued to the glued to the crease, Prouty. Misses out on that one.
She bowled a good first over without much luck, Gemma, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes here.
It's a lovely shot there by Prouty, and a chance by Tyler Jones.
Really good shot, and pretty quick between the wickets.
Well, she's young.
Yeah.
What you need.
It helps.
Young pair of legs getting from point A to point B. Between you and me, part of a game we've had to work on, but she's doing it well today. Well, a lovely ball there from Gemma Cassidy. Just started to shape in and then pitched and moved away from the outside edge of Nat Senkle Dam's bat there. Top ball results.
Another half a chance on the 2 line, but
just put down on the left side of Tyler Jones.
Safely home.
Score building in singles.
There we go, there's a 2 if she misses.
She did miss. Probably a foot to 2 feet short of a crease.
She's got a great ping, Tyler, but she sort of just needs to take that split second longer to steady and line them up. Every time she's had time, she's hit the stumps.
A little paddle around the corner there from Senkle Dam for a single.
Safe area, isn't it, around?
It's a safe area, and look, I'll give Rachel some credit. She's playing the right kind of shot. She's just getting as much height in terms of hitting it hard into the pitch and getting it over a fielder's head. But she's certainly looking for those side nets, looking for those bonus runs, and I think it's going to grow your score quicker than turning a 1 into a 2 by finding a piece of polypropylene, as they say.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a polyethylene, not a whatever this cord is made of. Polyethylene, I think. So, bowling the penultimate over, Mel Bounds, former Australian representative,
now
ladies player.
This is it, I think. This is the last.
This is the last over, yeah. Closing out now. Comes in, and that's not a great start. Wry smile on the face of Mel Bounds. She comes back to her mark, going, I think it slipped.
Nice. Oh, it's a good shot
well
too.
Played there.
Really good shot.
Followed the shape of the ball and tried to find the V there. Couldn't get past Yvonne Guglielma's hands, and another single to Senkle Dam. She'll take it. Score moves along to 64.
I was going to say might be another leg side.
Yeah, well left, and Rachel not hesitating and having that one rebowled.
Just cut the line, didn't it?
It did, and
just
unfortunately in indoor cricket that is still a leg side.
Yeah.
On this occasion, paddled round the corner for another safe single. Taking the field out of the game, really, these two, aren't they?
They are. Nudging and nurdling, it's really solid, old-style indoor cricket batting. Oh, and then we see the whack over the 2-liner. That's exactly what we want. The up-down.
Well, Nat's a senior player in this team. She knows what the score needs to be to have a chance at winning this game, and she's taking advantage of Rachel there.
Just got away with that one.
Must have snuck in there.
Maybe Mel's stare that she gave the umpire the previous time might have swayed that decision. I mean, into the 70s, you're always competitive when you've got this many, I think. Oh, there's a chance.
And
top edge. Coops turning around and pouching that one easily.
Yeah, certainly not an easy catch, that one, considering the banners that are in place. Just behind the keeper there, you can see the National Indoor Cricket League banners just pinned up on the net. Does play with the colour scheme just a little bit here.
Absolutely.
And the lovely white wall to read the ball off. So.
No. And she was naturally going the wrong way as well, because you're sort of, as a keeper, you're heading down the leg side to be ready to throw it.
Yep.
And then the ball was nicked into the sort of first slip area. So really good effort.
And with that shot into the side net there from Rachel Prout brings the Seema Snakes innings to a close. A workable 67 on the board. They're going to have to pull out all the tricks in the field. Strong batting lineup from the Mustangs. I'm sure they'll fancy themselves in this chase, but let's not take anything away from the Seema Snakes. They've got a scorer on the board, something that is defendable. Mark, how do you see this second innings going?
Yeah, I think it is a defendable score. I think it's enough if you bowl and field well early. You can't let the other side get a couple of 25-run partnerships early on and eat into that and be 50 after 8. That's the big thing. Not not that I know seamers attack very well, but you said there's a couple of really handy bowlers in that side, so they might have to use some of those resources early on and try and get on top of the Mustangs before they get too many of these.
Well, interesting to see what Captain Sandra Devine does with their bowling attack. There is certainly one very winnable skin in this partnership. That's the third skin of 28, which is very defendable. Second and third skins could be won if things go their way, but they're going to have to juggle the bowling right. Perhaps if the game can't be won, maybe one or two skins can be pinched. And that is indoor cricket for you. It is a game of points, not necessarily all about the final score, but there are 4 mini games that are played throughout the whole match. They are the partnerships, the first, second and third and fourth partnerships. The highest score in each corresponding partnership from these teams will win a point on the ladder, and those points will determine your top 4 or your finalists at the end of the season, the regular season, to play off for the right to represent the WA zone in the national finals. So key performance highlights for that first innings there. Firstly, for the striker Mustangs in the field, some wonderful bowling from Tyler Jones, and at times some wonderful fielding as well. She was a brick wall on that 2-line, stopping a lot of those attacking shots from the Seamer Snakes. Unlucky not to get more run-outs, you would probably suggest, with 3 or 4 of those attempted run-outs from about the 3 or 4 metre range, just narrowly missing the stumps, which probably would have seen a smaller score on the board from the Snakes. Good performance from their youngsters too, Meg Thompson, Georgia Platten. They're both under 20 and performing very well for their age. Not too many years experience there, but holding their own, as we see a couple of youngsters come out to bat right now, Gemma Cassidy and Tyler Jones, to open the batting for the Mustangs, and really no pressure on this opening pair in terms of the skin. They're only chasing 2 runs. However, the opening pair does have a job to do, and that is to set the platform for the rest of the team. The Snakes opening up with one of their faster bowlers, Catherine Binstead, here to get the innings underway. So Skip, by the look of it, is going to put the pedal to the metal in this opening pair, try and turn the screws a little bit, get this first pair out and over the way for hopefully less than 10 runs. As Binstead comes in now, and that one is a little bit too high, just slipping out of the hand there.
Of course, a full toss in indoor cricket's a no ball if it's above the waist, isn't it, Steve? So
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Full toss above the waist. Recent change to the rules, only came into effect last year.
That's a nice ball.
Yeah, lovely late swing there from Catherine Binstead, just finding the outside edge, a thick outside edge.
Really nice action, hasn't she?
Lovely action. Just a little bit of a shoulder niggle. You can see Binstead just rolling the arm around after each delivery, getting it nice and loose. And that slightly over-pitched delivery there.
Nice shot by Gemma Cassidy, just working it into the leg side net.
2 scored there, and that's the kind of shot that young Tyler Jones, who's on strike now, was fielding all day in the first innings. Instead now just over-pitching again. Jay Prouty with the flick. Just a slight fumble on that attempt. Batted safely through for another 2.
As you say, they're going to chase the wickets early, aren't they? That's the idea.
They're going to have to. No point having 40, 50 runs on the board. Oh dear. I think the effort ball there gone wrong. Down leg side for 2.
Just got stuck in the fingers a bit, didn't it?
Stuck in the fingers. I think she bent down a little bit too far, trying to get a bit of extra pace on that one, and got the direction all wrong. Here we go, final ball, and that's a better delivery there.
Nice shot too.
And there's your down up for 2 to finish the over. 11 runs from it, not the start the Snakes wanted, but a great start from the Mustangs on this occasion. I'm going to try and get you some results from some of the other nickel games going on around the country in a moment, bring those updates to you. We see young Emily Waterhouse here, who debuted last week, and her first ball, if you don't mind, Mark Hullett, clean bowled, middle stump. First ball in NICL. Not a bad effort for a debutant.
Fantastic. Got to love that.
First ball on this occasion just slipping down the leg side. And that one's got to be off the pitch. I can tell a bit about Emily. She actually was introduced to the game through a fitness contact, a young girl by the name of Sav Adele, who runs a business called Get Savvy Fitness.
Yep.
Connects
Good
girls
name.
to sports, and sent Emily my way and said, you know, she'd like to play a bit of cricket. And You saw her bat. She is capable of hitting a ball,
Yeah.
but hadn't bowled much. And this was
Oh, there's a chance though. Oh, and run her out.
and
Yeah, bit of confusion there. They probably should have run from the start.
not quite sure whether there was a yes or a no call, or whether she heard a fielder say yes and she took off.
Yeah.
But look, wicket results. Funny game, cricket.
I think that's what's happened. I think you've hit the nail on the head. Yeah, I mean, it's great. The beauty of indoor cricket is the pathways. You know, you've got so many different people directing people into the sport now, which, like you say, a fitness worker just suggesting, why don't you get down and have a game? It's not like people have to give up, you know, 5, 6, 7 hours of their Saturday afternoon. It's just
Absolutely.
a few hours. It's a sport that anybody can come down and have a crack at.
There's a better ball there from Waterhouse. There's even a half chance of a run out there from Yahtzee. Fielding a leg side there, not the result, but just Waterhouse is struggling with the line a little bit, just throwing it wide.
So 15 after 2 overs. Leeming will be happy with that as a start, but they'll really want to consolidate that, make sure that the next pair's not going in under any great pressure. Really down to Snakes now to turn the screws and try and get a couple of wickets here, keep them to this sort of 15, no more than 20. And then it's very much game on.
And now you're about to see a young bowler with a very promising future ahead of her, Rachel Prout. Bowling is her strength. We did see her bat and hit some lovely shots for 2. And speaking of lovely shots,
that was the Nick Degrees again.
That was a leg side chop for 2.
Nothing wrong with the ball at all, was there? It was a good ball.
Very good ball.
But just a slightly better shot.
Just on middle and leg there, and
Another
another
good
one
ball.
there. Lovely delivery and well played by Tyler Jones. Just whipped that away into the side net for 2.
She did.
Well, Prouty can feel a bit unlucky here. She's bowled 2 very good deliveries. They've gone for runs. Prouty, I was going to say Pratt's a member of the under-17 WA girls side. That one just a little bit wide there. So she'll be representing WA in about 8 weeks' time over in Victoria for the Junior Nationals Carnival.
Great.
And very excited to have her part of the squad. And it's a very bright future. As a good ball there. Well fielded there from Binstead. The shot by Emily Waterhouse just wide and safely through for a run.
Good cricket. Nice authentic off drive by Gemma. Good little outswingers that Rachel bowls. That's a chance off the net. No, didn't carry. Yeah, she's getting nice little outswing shape. Just about starting it in the right area.
Batters starting to open their shoulders a little bit here. Probably perceiving a weakness in the bowling because she's young, but she's really not that easy to put away.
Nice.
That's a beautiful delivery there from Rachel Prout.
Absolute Jaffa.
Getting the better of Gemma Cassidy, her senior. A few more years experience up her sleeve. Played all around that one, and how that one misses stumps, I'll never know.
That was a peach. Absolute peach. Nearly clipped leg stump. Nearly could have been a stumping if Gemma sort of overbalanced, but got neither of the above and dot ball.
And we have the skipper to come on to bowl now, Sandra Devine. Bowl the 4th over to this pair and hopefully put a plug in this innings. Just started down leg. The Snakes not going to be happy here. All of their bowlers committing the cardinal sin of giving away free runs.
That was working its way back, but it just started too wide, didn't it? Same.
There's a catch opportunity and not taken. Anita Weir just fielding a little bit too close to the net on that occasion.
Yeah, Tyler just a bit angry with herself there for not getting that down instead of into the net on the full. There's a chance for a run out, but
and just wide.
Really building nicely though. The Mustangs, they're up to 30 now.
Good early no call from the non-striker there. There's that old don't run on a straight ball adage,
A little bit too straight that time, and no up and down, as you said earlier in the call. You know, that gives you the chance if it's gone up there because the fielder's got to pull off a miraculous bit of fielding. Oh. Really good ball there. So that creates second ball for Sandra now. Third ball. So she's got a chance here to.
What's second ball, Holly?
Second ball's the in between the first and the third ball, Steve.
Right, no, you don't want to be on that. You definitely don't want to be on a second ball.
Oh, funny.
Third ball now, batters must score. And she's had a crack at it and landing safely. They get the 4 runs there. Yachi's eyes lit up there. She followed it and thought, no, this thing's going to die as soon as it hits the back net, and indeed it did.
Bails have come off. Yeah, I think Tyler's got a bit of a power game too. She's got that ability to hit the ball pretty hard.
That's a well-directed delivery. Oh, wow, look at that bit of fielding. Just one scored. Any chance we can see that one again, boys, on the Sportscast instant replay here. Skip Devine comes in, the ball straight into the left hand. Watch his slow motion replay.
Oh, we're just out
now,
of shot.
Binstead is a right-handed fielder, but she takes that with one hand and, oh, I'd love to see if we can get that any slower. See if the umpire made the right call. I mean, of course he did. He's the umpire, but
I think it's a great decision. I think she just got in. Had to be a direct hit, I think, to run her out. But as you say, with the wrong hand, what a piece of fielding that was.
No, that's something you might see in an A-grade men's game with the added benefit of possibly completing the run-out. But Binstead there just pulling a little piece of magic off for the viewers to overshadow the fact that the opening pair of the Mustangs have put on a very healthy 35 runs and well in control of this game as we see an uber-experienced pair of Karen Matthews and Karen Cooper at the crease.
This will be interesting. Right? I was going to say you got it right. You got it spot on. It'll be interesting to see how you go for the next 4 overs.
It's easy, Mark. I'm just going to say Karen.
You got Coops on strike now, who's got a sort of a push it and run over the top of it technique. Oh, she's leading edge. Prouty. Got the leading edge there.
Found myself clapping the young girl there on what was a fairly regulation, straightforward catch there.
Good ball, actually. Just swung away late, which caused the leading edge. So Coops was looking to work that into the leg side, but it ended up at the offside two-line. Really good ball.
These two at the back there having a good giggle. They know exactly what to do with the ball. We saw Skip Bowl the last over there control it beautifully, get that little late movement. Anita Weir, several years of experience under her belt, knows how to use a new ball. Of course, both teams get a new ball in each innings in this match. So unlike the midweek cricket where you get a ball for the whole match in most places, they get a brand new peach to work with. Oh, nice little flick there from Zoe Brickcliffe. Needed a clean pickup.
At these levels of the game, it just means that neither side's at an advantage. The toss of the coin, not critical. You know, you both get to bowl with a brand new ball, face a brand new ball.
Indeed. It's a well-directed delivery. A chance from Binstead with the right hand.
Oh, the big dive from George.
Dive?
Scramble. What do we call that?
I thought
Commando roll.
I thought she tripped. There was definitely a roll in there. Definitely a roll. Never forget being taught by the great Rod Chilcott how to dive in indoor.
Oh, wow.
And my reaction being, I'm sorry, you want me to slide on my what? Your chest. You slide on your chest. You dive and land chest first. I ain't doing that.
Did you say to him, what is this? Is it do as I say, not as I do? He would never be showing you firsthand how to dive.
No, not even in his prime. I don't think Rod's not the kind of man you don't do as he says.
Yeah.
So of course we're talking about Rod Chilcott, the great Australian coach and legend here in WA indoor cricket, who most of us would have played under or learnt with or learnt under at some point in our careers.
Been a huge part of the sport, hasn't he, for a long time?
He has indeed. We see Nat Senkledam into bowl now. Got away with a fairly high delivery on that occasion. We dropped like a grenade in the end, and Cooper there just popping it around the corner for a single.
Yeah, that's the Cooper go-to. She sort of nurdles it around onto the onside. She's forever in a day known that there's one fielder that side, two on the other side. So she just... it's a really good catch. One-hander.
Lovely delivery there from Senkledam, getting out Georgie of all people. And just pop that one up. We saw a similar delivery actually when the two were in reverse positions. I believe Matthews was bowling to Senkledam, and when she was batting, and used soft hands and just paddled it into the back corner, and it died nicely on that occasion.
That's right.
Karen playing through that ball. You seen it pop up, and Zoe Brickcliffe with a bit of one-handed magic.
Had a thrash at it, didn't she? And
she did indeed. Oh, she's going for vengeance on that ball. Dancing down the pitch. She wanted a piece of it.
Might have
gets the two.
Done herself out of a no ball by coming down the track there.
I think she has too. Clever bowling there from Senkledam. Saw the little dance and thought, oh, well, I'll pop it up a little higher, make it uncomfortable for you. That's a lovely ball. Lovely ball.
Really good ball. got some good outswing shape again. There's a few of the girls that have got their outies spot on. As you say, the burly ball, plenty of swing.
Really starting on a good line too, right and tight on those legs. Coming back into middle and leg. 2 balls to come in the over. And there it is. Oh, just a little fumble from Anita Weir behind the stumps. Misses an easy stumping opportunity.
George really going out through the kitchen sink at that.
Oh, she's a little frustrated right now. I can tell you, Senkledam, the less experience of the pair, getting the better of her here. Final ball. Let's see what happens. What do you think, Harley? What's about to happen here?
Another slog, I'd say. Oh,
and just pulls it into the side net for a nice easy two.
Got the full toss. Ironically, that was the ball to play the shot, ball before too. But I think, as you say, a bit of frustration from George. She probably needs to remember that you don't get more runs for hitting the net harder. You still get the same amount of runs no matter how hard it hits the net.
Feels good, though. Feels good.
It does.
Feels good. Get it out. You know, get out of the system.
It does indeed.
That's why they invented golf, wasn't it? Yeah. Just hit the thing as hard as you can.
It's been called many other 4-letter words, golf, but
it has indeed. And good move here from the skipper, bringing young Rachel Proud on again. We saw some excellent line here, and I think they picked up on the fact that these two don't like the ball swinging
away,
from their legs, away from them. Cooper in particular, just having trouble settling the score. Only 5 runs for this pair so far. Paddled around the corner for a single.
Fraction straight there by Rachel, but yeah, you're right. She bowled a really good first over without any luck, and if they can pick one up here, it sort of keeps them right in the game.
Indeed it does. There's that tickle around the corner again. The frustrating thing for the Snakes is I know even the singles are going to be enough for the Mustangs to win this game. They need wickets. Field adjusting there. You see Benstead just moving on the 2 line, trying to take that shot out.
They've taken a run there.
Taken a run on what appeared to be a leg side. Maybe she
got a tickle
on it.
Yeah, it wasn't called, just off the keeper, I think, and fell into that no man's land where there's often a run.
They've got a young sharp fielder there, and Shannon Alderdice could
That's
probably
a good
better
ball.
at getting a tap, and well played there from Cooper.
Yeah.
Played it late, past the outstretched hand of Zoe Brickcliffe for a much-needed 2 runs. So I'll be frustrated with herself. She couldn't stop it, but
they haven't hit the net a lot, this pair, have
no,
they? It's
haven't.
been mainly ones, like you said. There we go.
There's another one. Tickle into the corner. Skip might have to put a stop to this or change the line of the bowling here. Those shots in the body now, they've had enough of it. They have enough practice, and now they're starting to turn it regularly around the corner for the singles.
Yeah, there we go. There's the change coming now.
There we go.
So that was only one, so it hit the back net before it hit the side net. But as you say, it's just easy runs without the fielder there. That's good bowling again.
Well fielded.
Bowled that to the field, which is spot on.
Emily doing a job there, just being a wall, stopping it from hitting the net. And a pretty reasonable over there from Prouty. As a return of no wickets for 17 runs for 2. Bowled better than those figures might tell you. Done a job for a team here. The score just trickling along up to 48 now. So as long as these two don't do anything silly, they're still going to be very much in the driver's seat. We've got young Shannon Alderdice here to bowl the final over to this pair. Cooper on strike.
Straight through her.
Straight through the hands of Zoe Brickcliffe there, not happy with herself. She probably felt that on 4 or 5 of her fingers and probably asking herself right now, why didn't I stop it?
And interesting here, they've kept the 2 on the leg side, but started with a wide outswinger, so you've got to get your areas right as well. That's better.
The body.
Give the fielders a chance.
Instead, doing the clean up there, another 2 runs scored, so just what the Mustangs are looking for.
I think we find that, you know, certain bowlers like to have an authentic point fielder and have the 2 on the off. And if you're bowling there, you've got to have 2 on the offside, really. Crucial couple of balls in the game here. If they can't, yeah, George, cagey shot. That'll be frustrating for the captain because they've made the change, as you said, got the 2 across onto the leg side and then bowling wide of off stump, which some people, that's their default, is that they bowl outswingers and bowl outside off. Now they're looking to change back. Yeah, it's cat and mouse, isn't it? It's really all about where you put the ball as a bowler.
Skip scored on there that Yartsy's having a bit of trouble getting in the right spot.
Yeah.
So we'll put the 2 on the onside here and offside here.
Oh,
and
it's a no ball, which is unlucky because it was a good ball.
Was a good ball. It's a front foot, was it?
And that'll have to be bowled again. Yeah, I assume it was front foot. Didn't see anybody going into the front court. That's a good ball with the field they have.
Ooh. Wild return from Binstead there. She grabs the shoulder and thought, what am I doing? No danger of a second run, though.
She'd like to take that throw back, I think, and just save the shoulder.
The old ninth fielder, the net. Oh, wow. So half a chance there. Little top edge flying over the gloves of Nat Senkledam. Wasn't able to collect the catch on that occasion, which brings the pair to an end. And a great recovery from these two to post 27. Very half of those very cagey runs there, and a wonderful battle in the middle there between Nat Senkledam and Karen Matthews, the highlight of that pair. And, gee, that was an exciting over to watch, wasn't it?
It was great indoor cricket. And, you know, they did well to get the skin there after Nat's over. Things were a bit touch and go in terms of getting the 18 for the skin, but they got them comfortably in the end.
They did.
Just nurdling it into those corners, whichever the vacant corner was. That's where they looked. Nat coming back on again. You know, it's now or never for the Snakes, really, isn't it? They've got to get on a roll somewhere along the line.
They're going to burn a pair somewhere, and they, as you said, they had their second pair on the back foot with 5 runs off the first 2 overs of that pair, and you know, possibly a chance at a skin. But this is
big leg side.
Oh, they've made a fielding error here. They've had 5 in the front half of the court by the look of it. Yes, they did. Rookie mistake, and it was the rookie Emily Waterhouse on that occasion. Just not being aware of where her fielders were. It didn't cost them in the end. It was a
leg side anyway.
Yeah, wide anyway. But they're really going to have to burn this pair here. Hopefully, come away with a point and another
no ball. Over correction from Nat.
And unhappy with herself. Bought a great first over. I mean, a really almost turned the game in the favour of the Snakes. You start with a couple of wild ones here. Come on, Nat.
That's better. Oh, it's a good shot though.
Lovely shot.
As you said earlier in the call, the chop over the 2-liner's head into the 3 net. That's as good a shot as you can play in indoor. Absolutely. Safe, you know, 3 runs in the bank.
Too much width there for Mel to use, and she safely pops that one down. They're going to look for a second. No, not worth the risk, they say.
2 girls here who have played a fair bit of outdoor cricket, so really good techniques, both of them.
Yes. Thompson on strike now. And that's a better directed delivery from Senkledam. And a little hop, skip and a jump.
Hopped over
Thompson.
the top of it.
See, if she decided to kick that towards the back net, she might have got a boundary. And that's been sent packing all the way to the back net for 7.
Super shot by Mel.
Yeah, wonderful batting, wonderful technique, good charge down the pitch, got to the pitch of the ball, just popped it over everyone's head for 7. And I think if the game wasn't comfortable before, it's looking pretty nice now. These two 18 runs off that first over.
Yeah, love seeing that in a batter's armoury where they're not completely locked into playing front court shots and just working that ball onto the leg side net. If it's full and on your legs, why not go to the back net? Yeah, got to back yourself every now and then. And Mel, you know, over the last couple of years, she's really developed that part of her game. She's happy to go after it now. She started off really just as a nerdler, but now she's got all the shots.
Interesting move here. We're seeing Emily Waterhouse come in, so either Skip's banking on a magic over here from Emily, who's clearly struggling with her line at the moment, or she's going to save her big gun, and that's Zoe Brickcliffe for the final pair. Perhaps with 18 already gone off the skin, it might be better to chase the last skin than this one, but that one also just off target. I think Emily might be better doing a stand and deliver approach here. She has been practicing a lot with her bowling and probably letting the nerves get the better of her here.
That's
There's a better directed ball, and caused a bit of discomfort there for Mel Bounds as she had one shot in mind and had to readjust for another.
She did. You could see her changing her mind, couldn't you?
Little smile on her face there. She realises she's been done by that ball there. Well played by Thompson there.
Really safe shot.
Could have taken the possible wide there. It was starting to angle down, but she's gone, no, I'll get a bit of practice in here, get my 2. She's played a lovely shot there. She's found a line now. She's done well. And this run-out chance there, and Brickcliffe has missed. Well, she didn't miss her captain. She missed the stumps.
No, that's right.
Collecting skip on the left side of the head there, I think, or maybe it was the shoulder. Smiles all around there. Waterhouse comes in for a last delivery.
Brave bit of backing up, though.
Oh, very good backing up. And a lovely shot. Anita Weir with a shot at the stumps here.
Good turn and throw.
It's wide on that occasion. Brings the over to an end. A better effort there from Waterhouse. She finishes with the figures of, believe it or not, 1 for 15 from her 2 overs, which, as I say, funny game in cricket, struggling with her line, but still ends up with better figures than the likes of Nat Senkaldam, for example, who
bowled a great over and
then got walloped. So
yeah,
you know, Anita Weir back on for her second over. Anita also having a good-looking first over when she bowled. A lot of experience and very good line here, so we'll expect that again. And there we go. It's a good start and an even better shot there.
Yeah,
once again.
Really nice shot from Meg. I think they've sort of gone a bit gun shy and not pushing their fielders up, so the 2-liner should be up a bit tighter. I think when you see someone start to get after it a little bit like Mel has, you tend to drop your fielders back. But for each batsman, you've got to set a different field because Meg's more defensive and more front court, whereas Mel's gonna look to go to the back net. Oh, could have taken the wide. Oh, it's a no ball.
He's called the no ball. Has he?
Yeah.
No, he's just called it 2. I think you're right the first time. He was about to say wide, and she's chased it.
Must have just bounced inside.
Shaking her head going, I'm sure that was off the pitch, Pete. I'm sure it was off the pitch.
To be fair, he's umpired very well. He's had a ripper call.
Yeah, so with 98 runs on the board, I don't think the Mustangs are going to be too upset with a line ball call like that.
No.
Of course, it's like tennis. You only have to catch a little bit of the pitch there and you're on it. So that's probably what happens. A lovely ball there from Anita Weir. Not quite a clean stop, but saving the boundary was Skip Devine. I was going to say on the 2 line, but she's more on the 2.5 line, judging by where she's fielding.
The 2.5 line.
Ball. And there's a catch opportunity past the outstretched arm of Zoe Brickcliffe. What a shot.
Yeah, really nice shot. Sort of like a half pull, half drive.
It's a front foot pull shot.
Yeah, it was
Matthew Hayden shot,
the front
but
foot
the other way around.
Yeah. And some serious timing in that. That race to the back net.
It did. What was that you were saying about a front foot game, Holly?
Yeah, that was last over. That's
now who's getting their players confused?
Yesterday's fish and chip wrappers, that comment.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching a player come of age here. Young Meg Thompson's game has gone from front court to back court in the space of 10 minutes, and it's beautiful stuff to watch. As you see, Skip Devine coming in, and as I suspected, they're saving their big gun for the end. Zoe Brickcliffe will bowl twice to the final pair, and they will be chasing that last skin. The game, fair to say, is probably out of the reach of the Snakes by this point. 105 on the board, chasing 67. You're talking a good 10 wickets here to win from this position.
Yeah. And what have they got to protect 19 in that last skin?
Well, they've got 2 overs from Zoe Brickcliffe, who is very hard to get away. She's one of the quickest bowlers in the competition. I think they will have 1 more from Catherine Binstead, 1 more from Yahtzee, and the final over. Oh, I think I've. Sorry, that's only 3 bowlers, of course, because Zoe's going to be bowling twice. So it'll be the 3 young guns, the 3 bowlers in the side that are going to try and protect 19 runs, and that will be a good battle on itself. And meanwhile, these 2 have rocketed along to 45 for the pair. So ominous signs from the Mustangs early on in the season here, particularly with their batting.
Yeah.
And it's a nice easy 2 there. They're picking their shots beautifully now.
It's the beauty of the sport with skins now is that even though the result is it's beyond doubt now, there's still a fair bit riding on those last 4 overs, isn't there? So
there are.
A lot to play for. And we all know that point you pick up here and the point you deny another side can really matter at the end of the year.
It can.
So
it can indeed. It's a game of skins, and at the Nationals level, you'll often hear a lot of teams will talk about skins more than wins, and playing strategic cricket against certain sides, particularly the stronger ones, in an effort to make sure they come away from every game with points, because it does come down to points at the end. 1 or 2 points can be the difference between making finals or not.
100%. Yeah. So we've now got Georgia and Googs coming into that last, chasing that 20 to win the skin. And I think if it's a tie, it reverts to the first skin. Is that right? So
I actually believe it reverted to the previous skin, but it's not going to matter on this occasion because the Mustangs have won all the skins. So if it is a tie, they will come away with the full collection of points.
Gotcha.
And we have young and old at the crease here. Young Yvonne Guglielma.
She'll love that.
I hope she does. Met by someone just only marginally younger in Georgia Platten at the other end. And I think the Snakes have quietly done a little bit of sneaky homework here and realised who the final 2 batters are going to be and decided they're the 2 we're going to target. No disrespect to Yvonne, but they're probably going to throw her end and try and expose the inexperience of young Georgia Platten. As much talent as she has, she does have to put up with 2 overs from this young gun here, Zoe Brickcliffe, who starts, my goodness me, well outside off stump.
With a wide outie.
Take a moment to compose herself here and find the rhythm that she needs.
Yeah, just onto her a bit quickly there.
And there's a throw and one scored. Catherine Vinstead can't believe it. We might be having a replay here. We'll have a look at this one in slow motion.
Just getting Googs in the finger. Look, she's still wringing her hand.
We turn to your screens now. We see another shot of that one. Vinstead with the throw and unlucky not to be given out on that occasion. But you can't always blame the umpire for getting a run out wrong. You have to also consider the fact that the umpire is standing behind the wicket keeper and does not always have a clear view of where the bat is. So from their perspective, if you cannot see it, it is not going to be given out. And Guglielmo on that occasion, oh, look at that delivery. Lucky to get away with one there as we see Zoe Brickcliffe. Wow, a bit of movement on that one, Hully.
Nice shapes, really big innies now to the left-hander, and yeah, beautiful outswinger to Googs, and got that second or third ball to really pop off a length as well.
It did indeed.
Lovely action. Looks like she could just repeat this forever and be a really dangerous bowler for the next few years. So, on cue, leg side.
Yeah. That's your fault, Hully.
Yeah, I'll take that. But she gets nice and tall at the crease, and she's got a nice action. Beautiful ball.
A lovely delivery.
Run out chance.
Oh, and a flick there. Another one score. The girls are peeling. We might have another close look at this one too. It's a funny thing when you get the cameras involved. What looks well and truly safe to the naked eye quite often appears a lot closer or even out more often than not.
The fumble sort of gave her a chance to
get in.
Gave
her time, and on that one there, still, I think you might have a case to argue that possibly was an inch or two short. But no one can blame the umpire for not giving that out. That at full speed must have been next to impossible.
Absolutely. As you said a minute ago, you've got the player in front of you getting in the way of where you can see the bat. So anybody that's running with a bit of pace, bat out in front of them, It's really hard to know 100%. A lot of the time the umpires use their other senses as well. They wait for the sound of the ball hitting the stumps so that they can keep their eyes on where the bat is. And it's very much a feel thing.
Or on this occasion, the benefit of flashing bails. The Zinger bails, of course, in use today, enables an umpire to keep sort of 1.5 eyes on where the batter is, and the other one on watching for that sound or light flash in the corner of their eye to determine whether someone's out. But some good fielding from the Snakes here. This is what they wanted to bring and needed to bring to the game early on in the innings here.
So big shot by and that's run out.
Skip makes no mistake on that occasion. The ball just sailing over the head of Yati there. Popped up, both hands outstretched for the catch, went over fingertips, and Skip did the rest. Cleaning up behind the stumps there. Yvonne Guglielmo caught well short of a ground, and the Snakes pumped up in the field here, looking at a skin.
That's put the Mustangs right under the pump there. From being 9, they would have been 10 with a single, back to 4.
And we see Yati coming around the wicket now, looking for that movement inside to the batter. She's paid the price zone, sent it too far down leg side, and the wides are really hurting the Snakes here, aren't they, Hully?
They are. Just angled that one down, didn't she?
She has.
Whereas she was getting the ball to swing from over the wicket, might have been better off sticking over there.
So the score is on 6 for this pair, 8 of which, if you can do the maths there, now 10 have been in wides.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just too much angle from out here.
Yeah.
So it's sort of automatically heading down the leg side to the left-hander.
She needs to start more to the left, and she's doing that now to compensate, and hopefully starting it wide enough. There's a better ball. It's only going to be 1 run here, so a better finish there from Yahtzee. And the game, the game is gone, but the skin is in the balance. The mini game is alive. 9 runs on the board, chasing 19 for the skin with a Catherine Binstead and a Zoe Brickcliffe over to go. Interesting call to see here whether Skip bowls Zoe now or saves it for the last over, bearing in mind that Zoe was pushing a few wides in that first over of hers, and it looks like it will be Binstead to bowl the 15th.
So Zoe last to defend whatever there's left.
To defend whatever's left. And look, the rate they're going at the moment, they just need to keep the wides in check. Perhaps 1 wicket, and this skin will be also one up. As Binstead drops a grenade. Well played there. Shot at the stumps there from Brickcliffe. And I think they sense they might get one going their way if they keep throwing and hitting.
I wonder if her shoulder's giving her some grief.
It could well be. She's hiding it well. She actually had a dislocated finger in last week's game on her left hand. That magic hand, we saw that piece of fielding earlier in the innings.
Yep.
So no signs of that niggle, but a bit of an ongoing shoulder injury there, and that's just bread and butter for Yvonne Guglielma. Binstead just not giving us the pace that she's known to be able to do, so she's holding back just a wee bit here. Just needs to pitch it up. That's a lovely ball if it can be, and it's been put to the back net.
Yeah, it's a really good shot.
4 runs.
Yeah, Georgia just waiting on that, didn't she? She just hung in there. Nice, authentic off drive.
She waited, she found the gap. Score moves on to 17, and really need a wicket here, the Snakes. Oh, good ball from Binstead, nearly through the defences of Guglielma. Maybe she should sneak in a quicker ball here. Sure, Georgia won't see it coming if she decides to whip her arm over.
Yeah, she's looking for it to be thrown up a bit, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she can bowl a little bit of spin, and she waited that. Prouty with a flick, maybe. That's not out. Platten playing the full ball very well there.
So they're now, what are we looking at? Just about drawn even with the skin, have they? They've just gone ahead. No fielder there.
Go to the back net.
5.
And that probably will be the skin now. So a big over required here from Brickcliffe to give the Seamer Snakes something to take home after this game. She will need 2 wickets from this over. She is capable. She will have to bowl the house down.
She will.
She cannot afford any wides here. 1 scoring shot and 1 wide, and those requirement of 2 wickets will suddenly become 3. The game well and truly in the bag. In fact, it is in all mathematical certainty from this point. 139 runs on the board.
Yeah, it's been a convincing win to the Mustangs, but all interest now on whether they can get an early wicket here, the Snakes.
Oh, it's a good quick ball outside off there from Brickcliffe. I can tell you, having faced Zoe, it's quicker than it looks on TV, let me tell you.
Yeah, I faced Rachel Baines here on a Wednesday night not that long ago, and she gets it through as well. It's great to see some of the girls playing in the men's leagues on a midweek night. And they very much hold their own. Rach certainly does.
Very healthy to see. Very embarrassing for some of the men too when they do get
bowled
or
she knocked me over a couple of seasons ago, and she still tells me.
And that third skin is now secure. 3 wickets required with 3 balls remaining. Not possible for the girls to.
Oop. Little bottom edge from Googs there into the corner.
It's another 1. So as we get to the end of this game, Brickcliffe with 2 balls remaining, the score on 144. The Mustangs with a very dominant performance with the bat. I'm going to walk away with 4 skins here. And that's a lovely shot from Georgia Platten Struth. Just punched that to the back net, didn't she, Holly?
Absolutely, really strong. A similar shot to the one a couple of overs ago, but even a better cricket shot, that one.
Wry smile on the face of Georgia Platten there, and that's a great nut to finish with from Zoe Brickcliffe.
Really good ball. Wasn't happy with being hit to the back net, was she? So she fired up the next.
She did, and that was an outdoor catch straight to third slip probably, but landing safely on this occasion. The girls shake hands, and that brings a close to this good match here between these two. The Snakes our class in every department. On this occasion, going down to the Mustangs, 151 to 67. As I said, 4 skins to the Mustangs, so a great all-round performance from them. Standout third pair, 51 runs coming off the bat of Mel Bounds and Meg Thompson there. They're probably the standout pair for these two. The Snakes, you know, not to be overly disappointed. They are still a young team. They're going to walk away with a few positive things from today. Their batting probably let them down a little bit, except for the third pair there. Some good signs in the field. Unlucky not to get a couple of run-outs go their way, but probably wouldn't have made a huge difference in the end. Tully.
Yeah, pretty convincing win. Some really good indoor cricket batting by the Mustangs, I thought, in the second part of the game. A couple of girls with great techniques. Obviously played a lot of outdoor cricket and had their off and on drives very much on. And as you say, a bit of interest in the skins, but in the end, just Leeming a little bit too strong.
I'd like to thank also our Sportscast, our official broadcast partner for the NICL, for their wonderful coverage and replays, slow motion replays for the first time in the NICL, or probably the first time in any form of indoor cricket.
It's a great insight, isn't it?
In Australia, just really makes the game just a little bit more exciting for everyone involved. We talked about the ball a lot, hooping around, even late in the innings, you're still going to get some movement on it. So we shout out to Burley, official sponsors, ball sponsor of the NICL. And I neglected to mention, of course, there are some team sponsors involved in this competition. Various centres have their own sponsors. We have a zone sponsorship from Coca-Cola, so thanks to Coca-Cola. And, of course, the Seamer Snakes main sponsor of Porto's Chicken. And let me tell you, mate, if you've never had a Porto's in your life, you need to go down there this afternoon and grab yourself a pack of wings, mate.
I saw your big sign at your centre this morning. And also Salt Property Group, who's a major sponsor of the Leeming Striker girls and men's sides. And, of course, listen out for the Yellow Ball podcast, which is coming up this afternoon.
Indeed. So that's a full wrap-up of our game. Folks, thank you very much for joining us for this coverage of the ladies NICL game between the Seamer Snakes and the Striker Mustangs. We'll be returning with you in the next 20 to 25 minutes or so with coverage of the men's games. Stay tuned for that. Back to you in the studio.